The definition of theory is as follows: a plausible or scientifically acceptable general principle or body of principles offered to explain phenomena.
What's up, theorists? Welcome back to the Can Theory Show. I am your host, Can Goods. Today we're going to be talking about CERN, the Large Hadron Collider, the God particle, and portals into other dimensions. CERN began as the European Organization of Nuclear Research back in 1954, the same year as the Bilderberg Group was formed, and if you know anything about the Bilderberg Group, it's quite a coincidence. Since their origin, CERN has had a focus on particle physics and subatomic particles. To study and conduct experiments to monitor these, they've created particle colliders, notably the one we're speaking about today, the LHC, the Large Hadron Collider. The Large Hadron Collider was built between 1998 and 2008 and spans 17 miles in circumference and goes as deep as 574 feet underneath the ground between the border of Switzerland and France. They began testing in 2010, shooting protons around the LHC at nearly the speed of light, and upon impact, they would explode and they would measure the results and data. July 4th, 2012 marked the day when they discovered the Higgs boson, named for Peter Higgs upon his theory that there must be another particle that grants mass. This Higgs boson, also known as the God particle, is very unstable and decays into other particles almost immediately. Many believe that this Higgs boson particle is essentially playing with fire. As they attempt to recreate the situations of the Big Bang, they've created microscopic black holes, and many warn that this could be the end of the world as we know it, notably Stephen Hawking, who's quoted as saying, "The Higgs potential has the worrisome feature that it might become metastable at energies above 100 billion giga-electron volts. This could mean that the universe could undergo catastrophic vacuum decay with a bubble of the true vacuum expanding at the speed of light. This could happen at any time and we wouldn't see it coming." So that's coming from Stephen Hawking, essentially saying that if we tamper with this incorrectly, it could cause the end of the world as we know it in the blink of an eye. Many believe that these microscopic black holes could also be portals to other dimensions, which CERN has addressed and even said they are trying to detect matter from other dimensions, essentially coming from higher dimensions and creating portals. People worry that these portals could be an entryway for other beings to come into our reality, or vice versa, or even be a link to time travel. We are talking almost as fast as the speed of light. CERN is really into some crazy stuff when you think about it. They're trying to get to the bottom of the Big Bang, and they're trying to discover gravitons and dark matter through these experiments. And in the future, they have an even larger particle collider planned with more energy, and they could discover even bigger breakthroughs. So let's talk about ties to the occult and ties to religion. On the CERN campus, we find a statue of the god Shiva of the Hindu religion. Shiva is known as the god of destruction and will one day destroy the entire universe for it to be made again. This statue was gifted by India upon their joining of CERN, and this is pretty significant because with the god of destruction, we have it associated now with the God particle. So as we try to get closer to the Big Bang, are we indeed catching a glimpse into our own destruction as the human race? Say an experiment was to go wrong and they just created some dark matter, and who knows what could happen with that, if that could expand what the properties are. They're not even finite on what dark matter does yet. It's also been proposed that these experiments could cause a particle called a strangelet, which could convert normal matter to strange matter on contact. All of these subatomic particles that they're working with, many believe that they could literally open the gates directly to hell. And I don't know what you call it, some kind of art project that was performed right in front of the LHC. They had a ritual sacrifice, which is pretty obviously staged, but these hooded figures place a little girl down on the ground and they sacrifice her before the LHC. It's pretty fake looking, and to quote CERN, they say that these people have been dealt with. I don't know what that means, but it's probably just a little gimmicky art project. I think that all of these religious worries are pretty justified, as they kind of are tampering with the building blocks of reality. I mean, who really knows? Even the scientists that are working on this themselves don't know what they're going to find. And being that they have no formal regulation and just claim it's safe, who knows what these particle acceleration experiments could bring. So to wrap it up with our condensed segment, CERN. CERN is into some very shady business. They're kind of doing their own thing. Nobody really knows. They don't even know what's going on. They have a pretty public image where they try to convey what they're conducting. The fact is that they're just tampering with all these crazy proton collision experiments, and it could be catastrophic one day, or it could just be a new scientific revelation. Maybe we learn how to manipulate gravitons in the fourth dimension, then we have anti-gravity technology. Maybe they wreak havoc on the whole globe and accidentally create a black hole that's too large and becomes stable and doesn't break down. With the future particle colliders with even more power, that's definitely a possibility, I think. And this whole work surrounding the fourth dimension and time itself is pretty crazy. There was one point where they thought they had detected particles that were moving faster than the speed of light. Maybe they'll actually find them with the next iteration. Who knows? This one was a lot of fun, actually. I love getting into the more sciencey shit. And I think pretty much just dealing with portals into other dimensions and super dense particles that technically don't exist in our dimension, that they're trying to bring in from other dimensions and manipulating gravity and time itself. I think that's just super cool and super futuristic, and like maybe we'll get our own UFOs that can defy gravity. Who knows? CERN's crazy. The Large Hadron Collider is massive, and I can't overstate how big and crazy this piece of machinery is. It's literally, I think, the biggest piece of machinery that exists in the world. But it's been great. I love you guys. You theorists have a great day. This is your host, Ken Goods, signing off.
Hold on, theorists. I know that was a short one, but don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Hit us up in the comments. Let us know what topics you'd like to see explored next. Make sure to check us out every Friday right here on YouTube, over at Spotify, and Apple Podcasts for all of your listening needs. Don't forget, follow us for more content over on Twitter and Instagram. Follow the handle @CannedTheory. Until next time.